That was amazing, wasn't it? Give it up for our little singer. Fantastic. Hello, welcome. I'm Roseanne, one of the co-founders of New Feminists for Justice. And again, we thank you for your turnout today in this very important march as people are marching all across our country and the world. This march to support science. So I can't stay, I have to go to work, but I'm here with you in spirit. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning and keep the resistance up, my friends. Keep the resistance up. Thank you.
Good morning, Syracuse! My name is Donna Moore. I'm the other co-founder of the New Feminists for Justice group who's sponsoring this event today. I just want to shout out a big, huge thank you to the committee that put this day together. Carrie Thurston, the chairperson, Debbie Cavanis, Terrence Cavanis, Michael C., Adam Patch, Anita Welch, and Maria Welch. We owe them a debt of gratitude. They met weekly. They were here last night making sure the site was good for them. So let's all have a round of applause for those that planned this day. So the day today is being hosted by New Feminists for Justice in cooperation from the Unite Undergraduate Student Association of SUNY ESF, the Science Policy Group at Syracuse University, and the CNY Solidarity Coalition. So again, thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to turn it over now to our Master of Ceremony, Michael.
All right, hello everybody, welcome. Yeah, thank you all for coming. This is an amazing turnout. Thanks for coming out for science. I know it's cold today, but oh man, I am impressed. Thanks. All right, so I'm Michael Tchaikovsky. I'm a graduate student in physics at Syracuse University, and I am very excited in just a moment to be introducing some of these great speakers for you. Okay, but first I want to mention a couple of things. So, one, I see a lot of great signs out here, but if you didn't bring a sign, just notice that there's this tent just behind me, this blue tent. If you want to come over here, you see some of these blue signs. You get to customize them, okay, and you get to take them home. Okay, if you have any questions, of course, look for somebody with a white armband, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and introduce our first speaker, Dr. Calvin Prothero. He's an experienced teacher at OCC, an experienced certified professional geologist with the American Institute of Professional Geologists, who has been involved in many investigations. The work he's performed includes aquifer testing, soil vapor extraction, pilot testing, groundwater flow, solute transport modeling, rock cores, soil logging, the list goes on. It's amazing. He was a reviewer of the second edition of Environmental Crime by Clifford and Edwards, and he has also written and reviewed many remedial soil and groundwater investigation reports, remedial action work plans, UST closure reports, site-specific health and safety plans, and the list goes on. And even beyond that, he is a successful science fiction novelist, having penned 2 books in a series called the Dark Solar System series. Okay? So I want you all to put your hands together for Dr. Calvin Prothero.
Thank you all for being here today on Earth Day and in support of science. First of all, I am not a doctor. Oh, thank you. I am not a doctor, but I am a professor at OCC, and I teach geology and physical sciences. Science is important to all of us. Everything that we have, that we value, comes from science. If you've ever gone to a doctor, thanks science. If you have an X-ray, an MRI, it's all due to science. We don't exist without science in a modern society. Look what I'm talking. I'm talking through a microphone to you. That was discovered by somebody using science. All of us in here, all of us out here today can support science in a lot of ways. One of the best ways we can do, especially in this era that's happening now in our country, is by talking to your local representatives, to your state representatives, to your federal representatives. Call them, text them, email them, let them know that science is important to you as an American citizen and as a New Yorker. Don't let the administration, don't let our government defund science, put science on the back burner, because it hurts all of us. All right? We worry about climate change today, and some people don't even believe in climate change. Well, we're experiencing climate change, even here in central New York. We have droughts here in central New York. We have more flooding events here in central New York. We have downstate, we have coastal flooding. And what happens when that happens? People will migrate. They will be pressing on other people's economies, other people's infrastructure. So climate change is very important, and we need to make sure it gets addressed by everyone. So please, please call your representatives in Congress, in the Senate. Let them know that you are listening, that you are aware of what's going on. Please do that. Don't let them defund our schools. Don't let them defund our research programs. Don't let them defund our institutions, because your children, my children, our grandchildren are going to suffer for this if we don't do something in support of science and technology in this country. Okay? Remember that old adage, think globally, act locally. Okay? We can all do this. It only takes a few minutes. We all have smartphones. Use them. Email, text. Our president today likes to Twitter a lot. Well, Twitter back at him. Let him know. Okay? All right. Thank you all for coming out here today. All right? And parents, take your kids out this summer. Take them to our national parks. Take them to our state parks. Clark Reservation, Chittenango Falls. Let them see the beauty of our world, especially because it's Earth Day. Don't let Earth Day be a day. Make it be a year. Make it be a lifetime of experience. All right? Thank you all for coming today. Have a good day.
All right, let's thank Calvin again. Well said, Calvin. Okay, next up, everybody put your hands together for David Alessia, regional organizer for the Sierra Club.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David. I'm an organizer for the Sierra Club. Sierra Club's main role is to protect our planet and the people that live on it. But we can't do that without sound science. It's sound science that's often done in or funded by our federal agencies that have informed key public policy. It's sound science that has told us that mercury, lead, and other chemicals are toxic and must be limited. It's sound science that has taught us how smog and air pollution hurt young children. And it's sound science that has told us our planet is warming and we must reduce carbon pollution. Now, unfortunately, there are a set of people out there that are hard at work trying to suppress the facts. It's not that they're ignorant, it's not that they don't know that the science is true. They're afraid that it's going to hurt their bottom line. The big polluters, chemical companies, fossil fuel companies, folks like the Koch brothers have been funding a steady stream of anti-science think tanks and politicians, and they now control our government. Our very own Congressman Katko has supported this anti-science movement. Just this last month, he voted in favor of what it's erroneously called the Secret Science Bill that blocks EPA from writing regulations if there's confidential information in studies. So if there is medical research that requires private, confidential data about the patients, we can't pass regulation based on that. It's because Congressman Katko has put the interests of big polluters over science-based decision making, even if that puts the health of children, of seniors, and the most vulnerable among us at risk.
Vote him out! Vote him out!
But we can resist, and today is part of that, but it cannot be the end of that. Get off the sidelines, write to your legislator, call your decision makers, get involved with Sierra Club or one of the organizations here. There's tons of tables in the back. Even if it's just an hour a month, continue the fight, because we have not only 2 years ahead of us, but 4 years that we need to fight back and resist. And to change everything, we're gonna need everyone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David. Okay, so next up we have Dr. Richard Veenstra, a real local medicinal science man. Dr. Richard Veenstra got his PhD in physiology and biophysics from Iowa, and his research career brought him to CNY and Syracuse 30 years ago, where he now studies electrical properties of heart cells and how drugs affect them. Currently, he is a professor in the pharmacology department at SUNY Upstate Medical University, and he is the local chapter vice president for academics of United University Professions. I see a lot of signs for that out here today. The New York State Higher Education Union that represents SUNY faculty statewide. And he wants to talk to you today about the importance of science to our educational future and the importance of federal funding for biomedical scientific research to the economy and health of CNY and our country. Welcome, Dr. Richard Veenstra.
Good morning, and welcome to the March for Science. So I'm Richard Veenstra, as you heard. I'm a scientist, and I'm a faculty member here at Upstate Medical University. I'm also a member of United University Professions. It's America's largest higher education union, represents 42,000 faculty, professional staff, health science professionals, and retirees at 29 SUNY campuses, including 4 medical schools and 3 public hospitals. So our members were doctors, dentists, med technicians, researchers, educators, technical support staff, or people working in a wide range of natural and social sciences. So I'm here to tell you today and every day that UUP stands in solidarity with scientists and the public they serve across our state and our nation and around the world. We're here as a part of a worldwide movement to celebrate and support scientific inquiry, scientific discovery, and scientific integrity. We're also here to support public's right to understand and have access to science-based analysis and discussions. We value scientific inquiry that recognizes and incorporates diversity and inclusion. We acknowledge the important role science plays in helping all of us to understand the responsibility humans have as stewards of this planet. So I'm here to ask you today to reject any and all anti-science policies and agendas. We are here to stand up and speak out against the current assault on science, and we are here to energize our communities in support of science. Yeah! Are you with me? Yeah! All right. Great. So UUP stands with you to call on the Trump administration and Congress to continue funding the National Institutes of Health, the National Science Foundation, the Environmental Protection Agency, and other federal programs and agencies that advance scientific research and provide the information we need for sound policy making. UUP stands with you to call upon our elected officials and their administrations to publicly recognize that climate change is real and environmental concerns are real and scientifically documented. One of the many things we can do today is unite for a federal budget that supports the science we need to sustain our lives and the ecosystems we depend on. Federal funding is crucial to support scientific advancements in medicine, health, and environmental protections. And there's a sign here. You can go today to this site and contact your congressmen and senators in support of federal funding. All right. Thank you. So, and thanks to NIH-funded research, we've seen a dramatic reduction in deaths from heart disease, stroke, and cancer. NIH research has been responsible for blood-thinning drugs to prevent strokes, a clean blood supply safe from HIV and hepatitis, cholesterol-lowering statins to reduce heart disease, medicines that help us cope with depression, and artificial skin that helps heal severe burns. Right now, SUNY scientists and physicians are using NIH funds to research Alzheimer's, drug addiction, Parkinson's disease, Lyme disease, autism, lupus, and hopefully many other medical issues like cardiotoxicity. So federal cuts to the NIH will impede research currently underway at SUNY and other research institutions across our state and potentially rob us of needed medical breakthroughs. So I'm going to take a moment to give you my perspective on the current situation with NIH funding and NSF funding. NIH and NSF funding accounts for less than 1% of the federal budget. And since 2003, the federal allocations for NIH have not kept pace with the inflationary costs of biomedical research. So that's resulted in a 25% decrease in actual research funding that has seen the funding for new grants drop to historic lows, and the average age of newly funded investigators rise from the 30s into the 40s. That's not sustainable. So the proposed presidential budget cuts of nearly 20% would decrease federal funding and biomedical research to pre-1998 levels, that represents a 40% reduction in federal funding for scientific research since 2003.
What is this?
So already in recent years, scientists spend more time than ever writing grants for fewer research dollars, less time teaching students, and this results in less time performing research, less time teaching our students, and less time than ever.
Forget that!
Yeah.
You got this, man.
Okay. And that results in a loss of morale and a motivation among our scientists. And these funding cuts also disproportionately affect our universities that aren't research powerhouses like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and the like. So smaller academic institutions like Upstate and SU here in Syracuse, we have a difficult time keeping up with the technological advancements that are required for us to compete for these increasingly hard to get grants. So as a result, our research suffers, our education suffers, and opportunities for well-paying jobs and satisfying